Hi, team members. This is Tamisha Rogers. I wanted to do a short video to help prepare you to get your guests on the line for the Join Me Emporium. It is firstly important that you, as the team member, take the time to go through the process of what your prospect is going to experience both on your computer and on your cell phone. You are the first person that they'll contact if they run into trouble. And if you don't have experience with logging in and joining the meetings, you're likely to run into problems trying to help them, which will create frustration and more reason for them not to want to join the meeting, which they didn't want to do anyway. Here's a look at one of our flyers that we have for Join Me. Notice that we asked them to board the line at 25 after, okay? The Emporium is always going to start promptly on the half hour or whatever time that we instruct or put out there. However, we've come to find out that people want to log in at that time, and by that time, we've already pressed the record button. We are full into the presentation, and they're missing some of the important parts, which mainly is that beginning. It's critical that they're there for the beginning. So, you as the partner should have been reminding your client throughout the day, your prospect or future partner throughout the day. Hopefully, you sent them a reminder at least an hour before and maybe 30 minutes before. This is the perfect time for you to get on the phone with them. Hey, just want to make sure you have it up on your computer. I don't want you to have any problems when the meeting starts because they're going to get rolling promptly at 8:30 or whatever you want to say. Okay, make the connection call with them. Don't just text them because they're probably cooking dinner and paying attention to their husband and all kinds of things. So make the call and make sure that they're on the line. Secondly, you'll notice that there's no phone number on here. It is just the Join Me link, and I'm going to tell you why that is. This doesn't mean that you can't take the opportunity and send your client that link. Well, when it comes to the Rockstar group, the number is always the same. It's the same number that you dial into for our team calls on Tuesday at 7:45 p.m. The number and the link is the same. If you want to write it down now, it's 302-202-5900. The PIN number is 7996-40117. But I'll show you why it was not included. All right, moving on. So let's talk about the experience. The flyer tells them to go to www.join.me/travel Emporium. Guys, just so that you know, web addresses are not case sensitive and neither are email addresses. It doesn't matter if they use capital letters or a combination of both, it's still going to take them to where they need to go. I'm going to press enter. Now, if the customer is trying to use a Google or any kind of browser that is below the main browser, I'm not a techie person, ironically, but if they're trying to use like the little browser here, it is not going to take them directly to the site. It's going to do a search and pull up all of the different um, travel and forum words that have been used on the internet. So you want them to use their main browser at the very top. And again, type in www.join.me/travel Emporium. So again, just take note. If your client contacts you and says, I put it in and I see all these things coming up, but I'm not able to get to the browser or not able to get to the meeting, guys, I want you to tell them use the very top um, browser thing, not the one that says Google or Firefox or whatever. Use the one at the top. And I apologize because I can't give you the right terminology, but please know this can be a hook, a stand up for you. So I'm going to press enter now. Guys, we have our own domain with join.me. So as soon as your client types in join.me/travel Emporium, it's going to take them to our page, not another page, not a list of choices. It's going to go directly to our page. If I or whoever the presenter is not at their computer and have not started a meeting yet, it is likely that your customer is going to see something that looks like this. it'll say, please dial in. This is why I did not include the number on the flyer. People don't read. They see too much text, they're turned off. So as soon as they get to the join.me/travel inforium, it is going to say, please dial in the number in the panel right here. And it says waiting on presenter. I want you to notice at the top that your customer experience is always going to be green. Okay? If you, and I'm just speaking to you as a partner, were a presenter, your controls would be orange, but that's a whole nother subject. I just want you to know that your customers' controls are going to be green. Now, as it says waiting on presenter, let's talk about a couple things so that you know how to educate your client. These three buttons right here, these are the settings buttons. Your customer can control their microphone, they can control their volume right here from the settings, use a video, or even set up a profile, just so you know. Also, if they wanted to turn on the audio, they could tune in from their computer.
The conference will begin when the next party joins.
Till someone joins, they're going to be listening to music. Or they can switch to the phone dial.
I wanna share my screen with.
Let me turn this off. And again, they can switch to the phone to dial in. All right. Another thing is they're not, I think I told you before, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I'm sorry. They're not going to be able to dial in into the presenter is ready. So since I am a high-speed team member who's always ready to present, I have this app downloaded onto my phone as well as the computer. So what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and log in on my computer as the log into my phone as the presenter. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the button that says start the meeting. Bam. Once I hit that button, do you guys see right here where it says enter your name? Let's enter our name as if we are the guest. Told you I was sleepy. Once they start entering their name, this button highlights. This is how they get into the meeting. Voila. Now it's waiting on the presenter to respond. Guys, by this time I should be in front of the computer, and as soon as I am ready to start sharing my screen or whatever have you, I'm going to hit the allow button. Watch this. I'm hitting it now. Boop. As soon as I hit it, immediately the guest was allowed into the meeting. Now at this point, the guest is just waiting for me to share my screen. Again, I'm on my computer, so Um, I'm not even sure how this will work, but oh, bam. So I'm sharing my screen from my computer. Do you see that? So this is the extent of the client's experience, where they'll come into all kinds of problems and issues. Baby, they can't hear, they can't dial in. This is where I need you to be their first level of expertise. Well, they can't hear. First of all, try to get them to call in on the phone instead of using their computer speakers. Anytime you can get rid of voice over IP, also known as VoIP, whatever, guys, that's the best way. Okay. So if they're using their computer speakers, try to encourage them to dial in. Also, there's a chat box at the top of the screen. So guess what? Your client has the ability to chat with us. Voila. All they have to do is start typing some stuff in and hit the enter button. Christy's there. Other people are there to help them. And then if they wanted to exit the meeting, they would just hit the exit button right there. It was my goal and desire to give you as much as I could to help you when it comes to helping your clients. But the best thing that you can do, again, is go through the experience yourself and become a future partner, join me, malfunction specialist. So that way, when your prospect calls you and says, I'm having trouble, you can help them through the trouble that they're having. All right. Also, again, I want you to download the app onto your phone and go through the same thing on the phone, because this will allow you to be able to know what the phone experience is like, because it's slightly different. All right, guys. I hope this helped you tremendously. We had a couple people with some malfunctions with their prospects and things of that nature. And I really want everyone to be able to get their prospect the information they need. I apologize for being lengthy, but with my splitting headache, I'm going to go ahead and drink my coffee and go to bed. I hope you guys have a wonderful night.